Hey guys, all the products you see in this video can be found in the description down below. Guys, today we have this automatic plant water, and I'll tell you my favorite thing about it in just a second, but first some things you need to know. Because this comes with everything you need to set it up. It comes with the pump and the control unit itself. It comes with all the tubing, the connectors, the little drip spikes that go into the ground that drip the water on the plants. And actually, it also comes with an amazing solar panel that keeps it charged all the time. And how this works is the tubes go into this stake, and there's a little notch here on this corner, and the water drips down through the stake into the ground. It's super nice and it works great. And how it works is you set the time you want it to water, the interval you want to set it to, and then it's going to automatically go and water your plants at those times of the day. It can do up to 15 plants, which is super nice. This is where you connect the tubing. You connect one to the out, one to the in, and it's going to pull water from a bucket or a container that you use and then pump it out to the rest of your plants. This unit can water up to 15 different plants or up to 15 different stakes. So if you have plants that need more water than others, you could put, 3 in one pot, 1 in another, up to 15 different times. As far as the control unit, guys, it's super easy to use. It's super easy to control. Basically, I'll run you through it just really quick, okay? There's a timer mode, and then there's a humidity mode. If you want to use humidity mode, there's this little stake that it gives you. You put that into your pot, and whenever the pot becomes dry enough, this will sense that and then water it. As far as the timer goes, it's super easy to set, super easy to use, okay? How it works is basically you set the clock. So in my case, it is 6:12. Then you go to start time. This is when you want this to start watering the plants. So you would set that to, let's just say 7 a.m. Then you would hit OK. Hit OK again. Now you're going to say how long you want it to water. If you wanted it to water for 5 minutes, you would just set 5 minutes and then hit OK. Now it's going to ask you how often. 12 hours. So you could say, I want to water the plants every 12 hours. Hit OK. And now you're all set. Now every morning at 7 o'clock a.m., it's going to turn on, water for 5 minutes, and then again 12 hours later, which would be 7 p.m., it's going to turn on again for another 5 minutes and water. This interval is very flexible. You can set this interval from anywhere from every 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 1 day, 2 day, every 3 days, every 4 days, 5, 6, 7. Whatever your interval is, if you're using this for more plants that are more, like succulents or something that doesn't need to be watered as much, you could set it, 5, 6, 7 days intervals. I have this going every 8 hours on my plants. The same thing goes for how long you want to water your plants. You can set this to water anywhere from 10 seconds all the way up to 30 minutes. So it's a huge flexibility. Because I also have one of these inside for my house plants, and the houseplant one is the same unit. It just doesn't have the solar panel. It just plugs into the wall instead, and you can just charge that. It'll last for up to 30 days. The same thing as this one, it'll last for 30 days outside without the solar panel, but the solar panel just keeps it going and completely charged the whole entire time. But just as far as the one on the inside of the house goes, the same unit, super nice to use. As far as the house plant goes and the intervals though, if you do decide to get one of these for the inside, I would recommend that you change the times and the intervals because you're not going to need to water the indoor plants nearly as much. Everything else works the same. How many stakes you can put in each plant, each pot. You don't want to overwater the pots in the inside because they'll overflow, and then you're inside the house, whereas the outside plants, it doesn't matter if they overflow or whatnot. Of course, you don't want root rot, so I wouldn't overwater anyways, but you just got to be a little bit more careful inside, right? But yeah, if you get one of these for the inside, I would just make sure you set your intervals for longer, maybe, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and then shorten the amount of time you're watering. Maybe water for 1 minute to 3 minutes instead of, the 8, 9, 10, 15 minutes that you might be watering the outdoor plants with. Another thing this is really nice for is if you go on vacation or something like that, instead of having to ask a friend or a neighbor or someone that you know to have to come over and water your plants for you and sit there with a water bucket or whatever and water all your plants for you, you can just tell them, hey, can you just fill that water bucket up for me real quick, like once every 2 days, and now you're set. It's a lot more convenient to have to ask someone to do that. Or you could even change the interval and say, hey, maybe it's not great for my plants, but I'm only going to water them once every 2 or 3 days just to keep them alive until I get back. If you didn't have anybody to ask, you could also do something like that. Or you could get a larger bucket while you were gone. I have a 5-gallon bucket that I use this with, but you could get like a 20-gallon bucket, for example, and then that might last the whole time you're gone. And you wouldn't even have to ask anybody to do anything at all. Who knows? But super nice. And one of my favorite things, guys, about this unit is the solar panel, because you don't have to take it inside and charge it. You can if you want. It comes with an adapter where you can plug it into a plug where it's always charged on the plug. Because I've had this for a few months now, and that solar panel has always kept it charged enough where I've never had to charge it any other way. That is super convenient. Because my favorite thing about this product is just the fact that, like, before I had this, I would forget to water my plants on the front porch. I would water them consistently for like a week, and then I would get really busy and have a couple of busy days and go out there and my peppermint would be all wilty. And now I'm like, oh man. And that would, then you get really good at watering again because you remember, I don't want that to happen again. But then you get busy and life happens and stuff. As soon as I set this up, my plants are super healthy. I replenish that bucket every 2 or 3 days, and it's so much easier to go out there and just fill that bucket up than it is to water every single individual plant and not have to think about it, because it's just so much simpler. It's so much easier. And that's my favorite thing about this, is just what it does for you. You can put this in your garden. You could put this on your front porch. Personally, I have this on my front porch and it's working awesome for me. It's changed the plants out there for sure. They're a lot healthier than they were before. And I just really love the fact that it saves you a ton of time, and it's just all automated, guys. It's so easy to set up. It's probably the best thing I've done for my porch garden because it's just so nice, so convenient, and so easy. I highly recommend this product. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. I appreciate it a ton. Have a good day, guys.